Hey YouTube, it's Cherise here. It's currently 1:13 p.m. on Thursday, the 9th. Yes, today is the 9th of June, which is my parents' 26th wedding anniversary. Cheers to them. I'm drinking some Arizona green tea. So my parents are on their way to Hilton Head for the next few days. So to go celebrate 26 years of marriage. Hopefully I can be celebrating the same thing one day. So far, not on track for that. But congratulations to them. Yeah, my parents got married at 18 and 19 years old in Hephzibah, Georgia, in my mother's yard. The colors were white, of course, and hot pink. They got married in 1990. Yeah, 1990. Yep. Yes, 26 years. Yep, 1990. And I was born in 1992. So yeah. Their first and last marriage, unless one of them dies and they get and then the one that's living gets remarried. But I don't think that will happen. But I don't know because I don't know the future. Anyway, off on a tangent. This is going to be a Get Ready With Me, featuring the Black Opal True Color Pore Perfecting Foundation. I think I'm finally deep enough to wear Carob on its own, so that's what we're going to do. I just need to grab it and we're going to prime and all that good stuff. So let me just grab the foundation. I think I have everything else that I need besides the lip color right next to me, so I won't have to like keep getting up. All right. So to prime today, I've already used the Nivea Men's Post Shave Balm as like my moisturizer slash primer. And now I'm going to use the Boots No. 7 Beautifully Matte Makeup Base. Let me go ahead and set up a mirror. So that I can see. So this applies like a lotion. I've told you guys several times, this is one of my favorite drugstore primers. It works really great for controlling oil. I'm just going to go in with this on my oily areas. I'm using a little bit today. I'm not using as much as I have in the past because I'm not going to be outside. I'm going to be indoors at work. So just really focusing that on my very oily areas. Which for me, the sides of my nose get the most oily. And my eyelids are also oily, and the eyebrows are oily, and the forehead. And the one thing I really like about this primer is that it also has salicylic acid in it, along with whatever else makes it mattifying. It has salicylic acid, so that helps to fight breakouts, which I'm having. But as you can see, guys, they've gotten a lot better since yesterday. I've been using my Mint Julep face mask to really kind of dry them out and really deep cleanse my pores. So yeah, I've decided I'm going to invest in a Spin for the Perfect Skin brush from Vanity, I think. I just watched Sandra Deluxe talk about it and how it's helped her with like her eczema and her rashes. And even though she has dry, sensitive skin, I have oily, not sensitive skin at all. I've heard Vicky Logan and other YouTubers talk about it that have skin more like mine. And, you know, it's not a bad investment. And because they have the 70% off coupons, I don't feel like it's at a bad price either because I'm getting 70% off. So most YouTubers have a 70% off code. I think Nature B does, Vicky Logan, Sandra Deluxe, a whole bunch of people that I watch. I watch a lot of YouTubers. Alright, now that we're primed, time to go on with foundation. And like I said, I'm going to be using the Black Opal True Color Pore Perfecting Liquid Foundation. And this is in the shade Carob. I think this will actually match my skin now. I feel like it will. We're going to find out. So I'm just going to put one pump on the back of my hand for now. That's what it looks like. Ooh, very liquidy. I didn't remember it being this liquidy. And we're going to take my black beauty blender and apply that to the face. Yeah, I wasn't expecting it to be that liquidy. Has kind of a strongish smell that I don't remember. It's been so long since I've used this foundation, but I think it's going to be a good color match. So that's one pump. I'm trying to see how far it can go. So one pump kind of covers half of my face. It has a medium coverage. I know this is one of Jackie Ina's like favorite drugstore foundations, so yeah, I like this color. Yeah, it definitely looks good now. That summer has hit. It doesn't look too red on me or too orange. I feel like it looks good. So I'm going to go on with one more pump just to cover the other side, and then probably an additional pump to add a little bit more coverage. So this is pump number 2, using that to cover this half of my face. As you guys can see, my breakout is way less inflamed and just irritated, like they've shrunken up a lot. They're still there, but it's definitely a lot better. Actually, 2 pumps might be all that you need if you want medium coverage, a nice strong medium coverage. Strong medium. Okay, yeah, I think I'm good with just the 2 pumps, actually. Yeah, I can see if I were lighter, this would make me look kind of like beef jerky. But now the color is good. I'm just making sure that it's well blended, and it sets really nicely. It has a nice demi-matte satiny kind of finish to it. This side is pretty much set. This actually kind of reminds me of the Lancome Tint Idole, which I have. I just haven't worn it in a while. Maybe I need to try it out with this primer. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about this shade. I think this shade looks great now. Looks awesome. And it's not creasing in my eyelids. What? I'm like really just like making sure to press this in. Yeah, I think 2 pumps is good. I can still see some of my imperfections, but it's not bad. It looks like skin, you know? And of course there's a lot less on my forehead, so I can see some of the imperfections on my forehead. You can see my birthmark still, which I don't mind. So yeah, 2 pumps. It's good. I kind of don't want to set this too much with the powder because I just want to see how it acts throughout the day. But what we can do is something that I normally don't do, and that's highlight with some concealer just a little bit. And I'm going to use NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in Amande. And I'll set these areas with powder. I'll use my L'Oreal Pro Matte Infallible powder. So we'll do a little bit of highlighting with concealer, just a little bit. You see, I'm not putting a lot. Just a little bit of blue. Do, 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 do. I'm just gonna do a little bit of this. I feel like it's kind of empty. And we're gonna do a sweep there. And down my nose. And we'll do some reverse contouring. Put some concealer on the sides. So just a little bit, not too much. And now I'm going to use my beauty blender, and we're going to go in and go ahead and blend all this out. And I'm going to go over my eyelid. But sometimes I feel like when you highlight with concealer, some people change like their skin tone. I'm like, I'm not trying to do that. I don't want to put too much to where it's like too light. I see that a lot where the whole face is like turned a different color with concealer. So I try, that's why I normally don't like to use it, but it does make a nice little subtle difference, you know, bringing some light to the face when it's not over applied. That's why I try to use, you know, very little amount. But it does give a nice effect. And of course, I like to go over it a lot and really blend. You see how that gave just the slightest highlight to the center of my face because I didn't use too much. Okay, and now we're going to blend out this line. I'm just kind of tapping. And I'm going to drag a little bit. But do y'all see how much better my breakout is? Let me get a little bit closer. That one's still, woo, but the rest of it, it's gotten a lot better. So I'm probably gonna order some stuff tomorrow. I do get paid tomorrow. Yay! So I'm just gonna order a few things. I'm not gonna go crazy. I'm still kind of on my no makeup kick where I'm not being super excessive. Like the palette I just recently got was a splurge. There's just like a couple more lippies I'm really interested in, even though I don't really need any more lippies. I'm kind of running out of face powders. As you can see, I've hit pan on like all my face powders, so I might get some more of those. I like drugstore face powders, but I really do want to get another Makeup Forever Duo Matte in the shade 218 because it looks so good on me and it matches my skin so perfectly, and I can do powder-only foundation with that and not have to mix it, not have to worry about adjusting the color. I don't have to use two powders. I can just use that one and done. And it just looks so good on my skin. Alright, so that's all that blended out. And I'm using the other side just to blend out the edges. The side we used to apply the foundation. Like there's a weird section of my head right here. Alright, and so now to set those areas, like I said, I'm going to use my L'Oreal Pro Matte Infallible powder in the shade 700 Classic Tan, which is lighter than my skin. Just like my concealer is lighter than my skin because it's for highlighting. And I'm going to use a flat top brush. Actually, it's best if I use my beauty blender. I'm going to use my beauty blender to apply this. And I'm going to go kind of in reverse order of how the concealer was applied. So we're going to put this on this cheekbone area first. And I'm kind of bringing it all the way to my mouth almost, as you can see. I'm going to keep its bow area. Also going to do my chin. Then I'm going to go to under the eyes. And this isn't necessarily really baking because I'm not over applying the powder. I'm actually really just applying just enough, especially under my eyes, to really set it and to make sure that it doesn't move around. And I'm also going to put some on the center of my forehead just to smooth out the appearance, because this powder is great for like smoothing the skin. And of course my eyelids and the eyebrow area. And last but not least, we're going to do the nose. I'm using the very tip. To apply this down my nose. All right. So you guys got to see me do something I don't normally do. So that's basically been sitting here long enough. Now I'm taking a flat top brush and I'm just going to blend in circular motions all over my face. And if I had some black Opal Deluxe finishing powder, that's probably what I would use to dust over the other areas, but because I don't have that, I'm going to use my black Radiance Soft Focus finishing powder to kind of just just over the rest of the face, I'm going to use the shade Milk Chocolate Finish because that best matches my skin tone and complexion. And I've been really dehydrated, which is why I'm like drinking so much on camera and why I'm not drinking coffee today. Because I felt really dehydrated as soon as I woke up this morning. I'm just grabbing my brushes. And we're going to use this e.l.f. blending brush to buff this Milk Chocolate Finish Soft Focus Finishing Powder all over the face into those areas that do not have any product. Just to bring everything together and not to apply too much powder because we want to see how this foundation actually works and holds up. So far I'm really liking how it's wearing and how it looks. And I'm going to go over my highlighted areas as well. Bum bum ba da dum ba dum ba da dum. Alright, so that is basically that. Just keep blending the all over powder any places where you see any harsh lines or anything like that. But I think I'm good. So now I'm highlighted and contoured. I usually like to do one or the other. I don't know if you guys have noticed that. So now we're actually going to highlight, like illuminate the face. And of course, I have been loving using an eyeshadow from my Modern Renaissance palette, which is dirty, don't judge me. Got dirty that quick. And the shadow I've been loving is this Primavera shade right here that you see glistening. Beautiful. And I'm just going to use this brush. Somebody suggested using the stippling brush, the e.l.f. stippling brush, which actually I might try that out today. Let's do that. So I'm going to take the e.l.f. stippling brush, which fits almost perfectly into the eyeshadow, to apply the highlight. To my cheekbone area. Oh yeah, this works great too. Yeah, I feel like I have more control this way. So yeah, we'll use the stippling brush. I also feel like it's a little bit faster because I'm not accidentally dipping into a whole bunch of different shades on accident with a bigger brush. I think it was the Glam Twins that I was watching. One of the Glam Twins, I can't remember which one, was talking about how she liked to use the e.l.f. stippling brush for her contour, to blend out her cream contour, but she also liked it for her highlight. So why not try it out today? Also going to apply this basically all the places I normally apply it. The brow bone area. Right above the brow bone area. What time is it? I need to be keeping track of time. Oh, 1:37. Okay, we're good. I need to pack my lunch and just get dressed, and then I'm good to go to work. My hair is basically done, I guess. Do I ever really know with my hair? Usually it's just a surprise. I let a little bit of water get on it while I was in the shower today, so I think it's fine. I left it in the same style from yesterday, which I made a video about how sometimes you just gotta make it work, and Just go with the flow. So every time I wear this eyeshadow as a highlighter, I get a ton of compliments. And I think it just looks really, really good. So lastly, the Cupid's bow and the nose. And I'm just looking at this palette. I already have in my mind the eye look I want to do. But I was just seeing if I wanted to change my mind, and I do not. There's a few shades in here that are very similar in color that I probably won't really ever use. I'm just looking at a couple of them. Unless I do like some sort of all matte look, but you guys know I don't really normally do all matte looks. But the one time that I did, I got so many compliments, so maybe I should do more matte looks. I don't know. Alright, so now we have a highlight on, and you can see that contour is coming through from the reverse contouring and adding that darker powder into the areas that we didn't use the highlighting powder. How it's all coming together. And I'm going to use, I feel like I've been using the same sort of colors as of late, but I'm going to use Toasted Almond Blush from Black Radiance. It's a beautiful, nice, natural looking blush on deeper skin. I'm going to use this brush to apply the blush. This is a BH Cosmetics 113. Just tap it in there. It's a nice orange color. Porque. I enjoy rolling my R's randomly. Fun fact. Alright. So now let's move on to the eyes. And this is kind of a Vicky Logan inspired. You know when she did that beautiful like all yellow eye look, like matte yellow eye look? I kind of want to do the same thing with the orange shade that comes in this Modern Renaissance palette that's called Realgar or Realgar. I don't know how you pronounce it. Realgar. It's this shade right here. It's on the end of, there we go, that's really good color, like true to color. It's this color right here. And that's the color I used to highlight with. Why couldn't I find this angle earlier? So we're going to use this all over our lid. And basically she did her whole look, like she did a little transition color that was really close to her skin tone. And then she just applied that yellow all over the lid and all over her bottom lash line. It just looked so pretty. It was just so fun and pretty, and I just love that. I don't have a matte yellow. I would attempt to do that same look, but I'm just going to use this color because I really do like the shade of this orange. It's like a really pretty burnt orange color that I think would look good with maybe a metallic orange lip, or maybe a nude lip. I don't know what color I'm going to do yet. So we need a transition color for the crease. So I'm going to use a color I haven't used before from this palette. And we're going to go into, there we go, Raw Sienna and Burnt Orange. I'm going to mix those two shades together and apply those in my crease as a transition. Let me wipe this brush off. using the brush from the palette, the fluffy side. So I'm just going to go back and forth between those two colors and put those in my crease. The brow bone is already highlighted with the color Primavera from this palette, so these are actually making a nice transition color. I didn't think they would show up, but they are. Hopefully you guys can see that they are kind of showing up on the skin. Alright, Anastasia, I see you. So I'm mixing the colors Raw Sienna and Burnt Orange and using those as a transition shade. I keep looking up just to make sure that I'm not blocking my eye with the palette. So I'm just applying these two colors back and forth. Windshield wiper motions. Like so. So that's what we got going on. Now it's basically time for the star of the show, which is the Realgar color, Realgar, which is that burnt orange that we're going to apply all over the lid and on the bottom lash line. So since I already have this brush in my hand, and I already know that I'm going to get fallout on the bottom lash line, I'm just going to use this side of the brush to apply that burnt orange color called Realgar, or Realgar. And I'm going to apply this to my bottom lash line. I'm also kind of getting it in the waterline as well. So I'm just going to go ahead and apply this quite heavily. If I remember correctly, I think Vicki Logan used a white in her waterline, or like a off-white color, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to use this shadow. I feel like this color already pops enough on my dark skin. Do you see that? Ooh. So I'm just kind of smudging it back and forth, really building up the color because we want some good color payoff, which these shadows have it. And I'm kind of also like smoking it out, blending it down. Like so. We're also going to apply this all over the lid. And I'm going to get a different brush for that. I'm going to use this concealer brush just because it's really big and flat. Or I could use this brush. This could probably work too, but no. I'm going to use this concealer brush because it's nice and flat and dense, and I can just lay it on. Using that same shade, Realgar. I'm just going to start to apply this to the lid. And this is a nice matte shadow too. It's really pretty. And I'm just building it up, making sure that it's nice and opaque. And this concealer brush is from Coastal Scents, and it's really old. As you can see, it's all broken up and stuff. But I'm taking it up right into the crease as well, because we're going to blend out the edges. This is basically the same as Vicky Logan's yellow look, just using this shade. Also, a lot of things about this palette remind me of the Peanut Butter and Jelly palette from Too Faced, which I don't have. But I feel like if you do have that one, then you don't necessarily need this one. But if you like that one and you don't have it and you want more shadows, I highly suggest this palette. And I would love for any other YouTuber that watches me that has both to do a comparison video, because I do think there are some definite comparisons, like very similar shades. I think there are a couple other palettes that this one is also similar to, that I've seen floating around on the YT. Alright, now that I have that on, the lid, I'm going to go back into just raw Sienna, which is this color right here. It's kind of like a golden light brown, but I'm also going to start to mix in a little bit of warm taupe, which is a little bit more cool tone, even though it's called warm taupe. And like, it probably will come off a little bit more gray. So I'm going to start with raw Sienna using that same fluffy brush to kind of blend out the edges of this look. Now I'm going into warm taupe. Going into burnt orange and raw sienna again, just mixing these lighter shades together to kind of blend out the edges. And then I'm going to go back into Realgar on that brush, and I'm going to pat it on again to the lid, just to make sure that it's popping. I'm also going to use the tip of this brush to put more on the bottom lash line. Just to deepen it up even more, I'm going to go into another palette. I'm going to go into the World Traveler palette. And I'm going to take a little bit of Fudge and put that on the outer corner. and in the outer crease area. Which is also another matte shadow. Like just a little bit of that. And then I think I'm going to go ahead and take some Morocco and blend out that outer V area using Morocco. Alright, so basically this is an all matte eyeshadow look. So we're going to top the look off with a nice wing liner. I can't remember if Vicky Logan did a wing liner or not. I really can't. But I'm going to add wing liner. I'm done with the eyeshadow. Hold on, let me hold up this palette because it like balances the light well. So now we're going to do wing liner. Look, I said that 10,000 times. Oh, I didn't highlight my inner corner. Do I want to highlight the inner corner? Yeah, let's do it. We're going to use the same palette that we used on the face. Go figure, it's normally what I do. So that Primavera shade that we used to highlight the face, the brow bone, the Cupid's bow. Just going to go ahead and dust a little bit of that in the inner corners. Like so. And now it's time for wing liner. Where is my Kat Von D tattoo ink liner? I have no idea where it went. I literally have no idea where it disappeared to. Got my mascara ready to go though. Got my brow stuff ready to go. I'm like getting eyeshadow everywhere. Liveness. Let me just wipe that off real quick. I don't know what happened to my liquid eyeliner. I need to get another one. Yeah. I have this e.l.f. one, but I don't know if it's empty or not. That's the thing. Let's try this e.l.f. one, because I do like the e.l.f. one. So we're going to use the e.l.f. Intense Ink Eyeliner. To create our wing liner. But at first I'm trying to stay as close to the lash line as possible. Bruh, this is a struggle. And one reason I like this eyeliner so much is because it is very precise. And it's very inexpensive. So now I'm creating the line for the wing. I'm trying to, it's just not coming out smooth. There we go. Now I'm just trying to get the shape that I want when my eyes open. There we go. Now for the other eye. Oh my goodness. Let me start this way. So I'm thinking about wearing one of my NYX Wicked Lippies with this look, but I'm not sure if that'll be too much, but we'll see. Alright, so we've got the actual eye line. Now we do the wing, which obviously for me is the most challenging part. Why was this one so much easier? It's hilarious how one eye is always more difficult for me, and the other eye usually just like comes out perfect on the first try, like this eye did. So that's wing liner. Now for mascara, Urban Decay Perversion. Ooh, I'm starting to get hot. Probably because these lights. Normally I'm freezing in my apartment. I keep it at 75 degrees, which is probably really warm for a lot of people, but for me that's relatively comfortable and usually a little cold. Another fun fact. I'm using the Urban Decay Perversion mascara because that's the only one I have at the moment. I threw out all my other ones because I was like, I feel like these are too old. I don't want to get infections, but I think it's time for this one to go as well. So as soon as I get a couple more, I'm going to try and only have 2 at a time because I don't want to be a hoarder slash just like having too much stuff at one time because I don't like to waste. So I think I'm going to get the L'Oreal Miss Manga and the CoverGirl the Supersizer because I really like those two. I like high-end mascaras too, but now that I have my own place, I can't just be spending money frivolously on makeup items. I need to buy smart. This look is coming out so pretty. I love it. Also, Ashley D Beauty did a version of um, Vicky Logan's look as well. If I had my phone, I would have Googled it. Not Googled it. I would have searched for it on Instagram just to double check that I was following it because I can't remember if she had wing liner or not, but I really like it with wing liner. And then, of course, Bottom Lash Mascara. Trying to be very careful so that I don't have another accident like I did yesterday, the day before yesterday, recently. where I got like a giant glob of mascara on my eye. All right. Just working on these bottom lashes a little bit more. So that's basically the eyes complete. It's basically a completed look minus lips and brows, of course. I usually wait till the end to do those nowadays. So I'm just going to go ahead and do my brows real quick. I'm going to get the, I think the ColourPop brow pencil, the retractable one, because I've heard so many people have positive reviews of it. It may be a couple ColourPop eyeshadows, we'll see. I know I'm probably gonna get a couple ColourPop lippies because I really do love their lippies. Let me just sharpen my brow pencil. Okay, that's good enough. Sometimes I feel like my lights, like, give me a tan because I get so hot when I'm sitting here doing my makeup. And they're very powerful. My nose is running. It's crazy how I'm hot, but my nose is running. Like, what's going on, body? Do, 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 do. My brows are almost done. Almost done. I'm just going to take this brush because I don't know what happened to the other flat top brush. I'm going to soften up the beginning part of my brows. Alright, so brows are done. And they're already highlighted. Already have eyes done. All I need is lips. So I think, of course, a nude lip would be very pretty with this. But I think I'm going to not wear a nude lip. I'm going to wear some kind of lip. I'm not sure exactly what kind of lip. But it ain't going to be nude. And then I've got perfect timing because it's 2:10 now. I need to be at work at 3. So looking over here onto my lipstick basket. The lipstick basket. The lip I'm thinking of is from NYX. It's one of their Wicked Lippies. Can't remember the name of it though. So I'm going to dump it out. Here it is. This one is called, what is this one called? Oh, Wrath. So I thought this would be really pretty with this eye look. Oh my gosh, I just grabbed it. What's wrong with me? Thought I was grabbing the tube. Oh, now it has fingernail prints in it. Yes, I love these two together. So this lipstick is called Wrath, and it's one of the NYX or NYX Wicked Lippies. And it's this beautiful, like, penny color. It's like a copper penny. Kill 'em. And it goes along with the metallic trend that we currently have because it is quite metallic. Love this look. So I hope you guys enjoy this tutorial. Completely matte eye look. Basically very matte skin with a nice glow and a bold metallic lip. You cannot tell me that this look is not killing the game. So now I need to put on a cute outfit, at least on the top half. But I hope you guys really enjoy this tutorial. Let me know what you think about it. Let me know if you want to see more matte eye looks or more eye looks using the Modern Renaissance palette. I believe this is like my 3rd or 4th eye look with it. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial. Thanks for your support. Thanks for your comments. Thanks for interacting with me. Just thank you. Thank you. As Desi would say, TYSM. Thank you so very much. I'll see you guys in the next video. This is the other heart that my kids do. My students taught me this. See y'all in the next video. I appreciate you guys so very much. And bye, YouTube.